You are not unattractive because of how you look. You are unattractive because of how you start your day, because your first hour is a surrender, because your alarm controls you, your phone controls you, your inbox controls you, and before the sun has fully risen, you have already lost the war. The most dangerous man in any room is not the loudest. He is the one who built himself before anyone else woke up. Today, I'm going to teach you 10 Stoic habits that will make you look more attractive. Let's begin. 1. Start your day with a purpose. Before you touch your phone, before you speak, before you even move, sit at the edge of your bed for 60 seconds. Ask yourself one question. Not, what do I need to do today? Not, what problems must I solve? That is urgency. That is reaction. That is slavery. Ask, what do I want today to mean? That single question changes everything. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man on earth, began his mornings by reminding himself of his duty. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." Before the world could make demands on him, he decided who he would be. The man who masters this discipline walks differently. He speaks differently. He does not react. He decides. 2. Meet your body before you meet the world. Let me tell you about a man I knew named Victor. Victor was 52 years old. He had been a high school teacher for 27 years. He was overweight. He had bad knees. He had a wife who had stopped looking at him the way she used to. And one morning, a Tuesday, he told me, he woke up and realized that his body had become something that happened to him, not something he inhabited. He had spent so many years serving other people's children that he had forgotten he still had a body of his own. Victor started walking, not running, not anything heroic, just walking. At 5 in the morning, in the dark, in the rain, he would put on his shoes and walk for 20 minutes before the world could make any demands on him. After 6 months, his wife noticed. She couldn't explain why, but he seemed different. He was still overweight, he still had bad knees, but he moved differently. He stood differently. He wasn't trying to impress anyone, he was simply present. She started looking at him again, not because he had lost weight, because he had stopped abandoning himself. Victor understood what Epictetus taught centuries ago. No man is free who is not master of himself. The body is the instrument through which you carry your values into the world. Neglect it, and you neglect yourself. You do not need to punish yourself. You need to show up. 10 minutes of movement, a walk, stretching, something that tells your body, I am still here. I have not abandoned you. That message changes everything about how you carry yourself. People feel it, even if they cannot name it. 3. Feed your mind before you feed your fears. There is a window, the first 30 to 60 minutes after you wake, when your mind is like wet clay, open, receptive, defenseless. This window is either filled by you or filled by the world. There is no neutral option. Most people fill it with other people's anxiety, news, social media, crises that have nothing to do with them. By the time they finish breakfast, they have already consumed a full day's worth of fear. Seneca advised, each day acquire something that will fortify you against poverty, against death, indeed against other misfortunes as well. That word fortify is crucial. He was reading to prepare himself for battle. 1 page from Marcus, 1 paragraph from Epictetus, 1 passage you have read before, but never really absorbed. The person who spends 10 minutes wrestling with one true idea is more dangerous than the person who scrolls for an hour. 4. Step out of your comfort zone. Seneca practiced voluntary poverty once a month. He would live with the bare minimum, simple food, no luxuries, no comfort. He wanted to know with certainty that if everything were taken away, he could still function. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, is this the condition that I feared? You do not need to starve yourself, but walking instead of driving when you could drive, skipping that second cup of coffee, sitting in silence when you want noise. When you voluntarily choose discomfort, you build something that cannot be stolen. The knowledge that you are not controlled by comfort. That knowledge changes how you walk into every room. 5. Write down one honest thing. The meditations were a private diary, not a public manifesto. Marcus wrote them not for fame or an audience, but to forcibly remind himself of the difficult truths he struggled to accept. He said that you shouldn't worry about what you can't change. Focus on your own thoughts instead. That's where your real power lives. 2 questions each morning. Ask yourself, where did I act from fear yesterday instead of from values? Or, what am I pretending not to know? The discipline is not the length. The discipline is the honesty. The man who can look at himself without flinching becomes extraordinarily difficult to manipulate. 6. Define what you will not do today. Most men start their day with a list of what they will accomplish. The Stoics added something else, a list of what they would not do. Epictetus taught, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Decide in advance. I will not respond to criticism with defensiveness. I will not give my best energy to something that does not deserve it. I will not allow someone else's urgency to become my emergency. When you define your limits before the day begins, you are no longer reacting. You are authoring. 7. Be ready for obstacles. Marcus Aurelius practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of difficulties. He wrote, begin the morning by saying to thyself, I shall meet with the busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial. This is not pessimism. This is inoculation. When a difficult person arrives, you are not ambushed. When a plan collapses, you are not shattered. You have already been there in your mind. Spend 2 minutes asking, what could go wrong today? And who will I be when it does? Then release it. You are training the man who will face the storm. 8. Speak to yourself with respect. If you could hear the voice inside your own head, spoken aloud by someone else, you would be shocked by how cruel it sounds. Most men speak to themselves with a level of contempt they would never direct toward a stranger. You're too old. You missed your chance. Who do you think you are? I remember catching myself repeating those same words during a difficult period of my own life. Day after day, these thoughts are repeated until they begin to feel like facts. But they are not facts, they are habits. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The deliberate choice of identity before the day begins. Who are you choosing to be today? A man who hesitates, doubts, and retreats, or a man who acts despite uncertainty? Your inner voice is not commentary, it is instruction. The words you repeat to yourself become the boundaries of your life. Choose them carefully. 9. Sit in silence. We have built a civilization around the avoidance of silence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, men seek retreats for themselves, in the country, by the sea, in the mountains. But nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. 10 minutes of complete silence. No phone, no music, just you, allowing your mind to settle. I remember sitting in silence one morning and reaching for my phone 3 different times before realizing I wasn't looking for information. I was trying to escape my own thoughts. What you find at first is discomfort. Let it. The clarity that follows is something no amount of information can produce. 10. Do something meaningful to you. Seneca wrote, Vindica te tibi. Claim yourself for yourself. Before the day becomes about everyone else, do one thing that exists because you value it. Not productive, not impressive. Something that is an expression of who you are beneath the roles you carry. 20 minutes of reading, a walk where you pay attention, something made with your hands. That small act is not self-indulgence. It is the maintenance of the self that makes everything else possible. You've just heard 10 habits. You might be thinking this is too much. You're right. The Stoics would agree completely. Marcus did not transform himself overnight. Pick one, just one. Not which is easiest, which feels most foreign. That distance is information. It tells you where the work is. Tomorrow morning, you have a choice. You can let the day happen to you, or you can happen to the day. And remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The Stoics knew which was worth choosing. Now you do too. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to dive deeper into ancient wisdom and dark psychology, join my Patreon. That's where you'll find the videos that mainstream platforms keep hiding. I'll see you soon.